Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm here for Mercy Tiara Kits and I'm going to be creating a 12 by 12 layout featuring the January 2025 release called Winter Glow. This month's release is full of wintry fun with products from Echo Park Paper, Cartavella, Simple Stories, Mercy Tiara Kit exclusives, and more. So here's my narrowed down selection for today's project. I'll be using the main kit, pattern paper add-on, and embellishment add-on. Below you will find a bunch of links including to the Mercy Tiara Kit shop, Instagram, and Facebook group. So let's get started and see what's on my desk. I have two photos that I matted in white cardstock. That's me on a walk, and that is a screenshot of the temperature that day, which was -9 degrees Celsius, feels like -17. My foundation page is a piece of basil white cardstock, 12 by 12, and here are my pattern papers. These were all in the main kit, and the ones I've selected, you can see I've selected two of the same because I have the pattern paper add-on. These are all from Echo Park Papers Chilling with My Snowies collection. I have a 12 by 12 sticker sheet from Simple Stories, and in these tiered trays are a bunch of other embellishments that I kind of narrowed down, and I will talk about all of them later on when I embellish my page. What I want to do right now is prepare my foundation page. So I am going to tear a bunch of paper. I have a Creative Memories tearing tool that I've had forever. I use it all the time, but obviously you don't need a ruler to tear your papers. And I'm just trying to determine how big I want that piece of paper, because that's basically going to be my main foundation page, that blue snowflake paper. I am tearing the other papers as well, that striped paper along with that checkered paper, and I am taking one straight slice of that striped paper as well. I will put kind of approximate measurements for all of this on the screen, but right now what I want to show you is how I plan to move forward with this. So basically you can see at the top there I have that striped paper. That's straight with just a little bit of white peeking out from the top, and at the bottom there's going to be quite a bit of white peeking out. Typically my style, I have a white cardstock background, and for me, I'm a bit working outside my comfort zone with all of that pattern paper. That's why I made sure to have at least a good chunk of white there so that I would have a little bit of my comfort zone there. Now what I'm trying to do is find what I want for another photo mat. I tried that navy paper that was in the cardstock add-on. I think I like that checkered paper better, even though I want to save it for another layout, but that's what I end up going for. And I'm showing you I have some scraps of vellum. They're already torn. Often when I create winter pages, I do like to tear, like what I'm doing for this layout, but I also like to incorporate vellum. So that's what I'm going to do as well. Off camera, I cut myself the photo mats. I also adhered my big mat to the foundation page, and I am showing you I also added a layer of torn vellum in the bottom portion of that. I also did my journaling off camera. You can see it's in a circle. Basically, I did it on Pages on a Mac, so it's kind of like a word processing, made myself a text box, and basically measured the circle that I needed. I also cut myself out a circle in that red check paper as well to use as a mat. So here are my other embellishments. I'm showing you that I have some frames and tags. That's from Echo Park Paper Snowed In collection. There are some chipboard icon pieces as well from the very same Echo Park Papers Snowed In collection. Also here I have some self-adhesive brads and chipboard. This is from Echo Park Papers Chilling with My Snowies. I have the exclusive confetti mix for this Winter Glow collection. I have a bunch of cut apart sheets. These are basically cut apart from two different pattern papers that were in the main kit. I already cut into them for other layouts. I have some snowflakes there that are exclusive to Mercy Tiara Kits, and I'm realizing at this moment I forgot to use them, so maybe I will add them after this video. I have some silver alphas there as well from Pebbles. I don't end up using those. And what I'm showing you right now are a bunch of of die cut snowflakes that I cut out with white cardstock with a die from my stash. And I also have a bunch of fussy cut flowers. Now I used one of the pattern papers that was in the main kit, actually a scrap of it. I used it for a layout I did a few days ago. And what I did was I took some of the paper and I just cut out a bunch of flowers with that. So I end up using that for today's project. I do have some alphas there as well. You can see those in my hand. Those were in the main kit. They are from Heidi Swap. I don't end up using those today. I have this 12 by 12 sticker sheet, which is from Simple Stories, the Vintage Fresh Snow collection. So now we're going to start building my clusters here. So right now I'm starting by just placing my photos in the journaling box. I went through those cut apart sheets looking for another one, thinking I may want to use it as a layer. I find one, I do like it. It ends up staying there for a while, but you're going to see later on it does not make the cut. And I'm just deciding now how I'm going to place my photos and my journaling box. And I'm happy with this at this point. My idea here is to kind of build a wonky shelf that's going to go underneath the photos and just on top of that torn blue paper there. So I'm starting by placing the snowflakes, then I'm coming in with the fussy cut flowers there, and that basically builds the base of my shelf there. But what I am missing right now, I do have my journaling, but I do not have a title. And it's very important for me because I always put titles and it is part of the design process. I'm not sure about the alphas, but what I am looking at right now are the ephemera pieces. And in this ephemera pack, which is frames and tags from the Snowed In collection, there are a lot of wordy bits. That's what I'm thinking right now. There's one that says it's chilly or something like that. I can't read it on the screen. It's too small while I'm editing this video, but I decide that's it. That's what I'm going to go for my title. Now, when I take a small paper ephemera piece and want to use it as a title, I like to beef it up. I like to make it title worthy. That's what I call it. So you can see I put a snowflake behind it. I have that fussy cut snowman that I cut out from one of the cut apart sheets, and I'm adhering those three pieces together. I also added a little piece of red chipboard that says Burr, and that was on that self-adhesive brad embellishment pack. I like that because it adds a bit of red, and I've got pops of red all over the place on this layout. Now this is all paperweight, so what you see me doing right now is basically backing it in some scrap cardstock, and now I'm adding some foam adhesive because when I take an ephemera piece and turn it into a title, I like to beef it up, and I do like to pop it up on foam adhesive. I feel like it needs something more, so I get out some twine and I'm fashioning myself a little bow here, and I'm going to adhere it on top of the snowman with a little glue dot. You can't really see it on camera. Maybe you will at the still shots at the end, but it does add a little something. It adds a little bit of texture. I still find it kind of lost for a title. So I grabbed this red check paper that I've already have on my layout, and I'm thinking, if I put that behind that little clump, it's going to stand out better. So off camera, I cut myself out another little circle, smaller than the other circles for the journaling. So it's a repetition of the circle, but smaller, and I really like it a lot more. It is definitely more title worthy. So I place it in between those two photos. Somewhere along the way, I can see that I did remove that cut apart sheet that was above that smaller photo there. Anyway, like I mentioned earlier, it stayed there for a while, but it definitely didn't make the cut. Now you can see, once again, I am building that border across the page underneath my photos with the snowflakes and the flowers coming out from underneath that title piece. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'm also thinking that I may want to add something in that top left corner, but first what I'm going to do is adhere all of these pieces to the page because I have so many loose pieces on my desk. I end up fussing quite a bit with the placement of these photos, so I cut out that part of it. You can see my photos are adhered, and now what I'm going to do is adhere my shelf that's going to go underneath the photo. So I just have that title circle placed right now, and I'm having the flowers come out from underneath. I'm having the snowflakes, and that's what what you see me adhering right now. By the way, the adhesive I am using for the snowflakes is called Sticky Specs from Ecstasy Crafts. It's just like this waxy piece of paper, and you put a detailed piece on top of it and it picks up the adhesive. So that's what I'm using for the snowflakes. Now I've adhered that border at the bottom. I do come in and add finishing touches at the end, but now what you see me doing is kind of playing around with that area in the top left. I end up ripping that paper, and in the ripped area, I tuck a flower and 2 snowflakes, and I'm really happy with that, especially because that blue paper, the flip side is that very same red gingham. So I really, really am happy with that. It was almost a little bit unexpected for me, so I'm quite thrilled with that. So I'm adhering those pieces up there. I'm happy with that. Again, 2 snowflakes and a flower. And I do want to add some finishing touches. So I go to that self-adhesive brad and chipboard sheet, and I found a little snowman. I tucked him up in that left corner as well. And I also found myself a little piece of chipboard, a little flag that says winter. I put him beside the snowman. I'm looking at the other chipboard, trying to add a few more pieces into that border at the bottom. In the end, I don't end up doing it. This layout is already quite busy for me simply because all of the pattern paper that is behind the photos. So in the end, I decided to keep it simple. All I did off camera was tweak that border a bit. I added a few more snowflakes, and if you look in the middle of those snowflakes, I added a few sequins from the Mercy Tiara Kit exclusive confetti mix for the Winter Glow collection. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be honored and thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Make sure you check out the Mercy Tiara Kit shop, Instagram, and Facebook page. Take care, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.